Have you let your other job know yet?
I have. So I gave them my 2 weeks, and yeah, just waiting for my start date essentially.
What day do you need help moving? What's like, have you found a place yet?
I've had a couple of locations. I probably won't need help moving. Appreciate the offer, but
Oh,
moving
I
from
wasn't
Kansas.
offering.
No, I know.
No.
I was gonna be I
Oh,
was gonna be
yeah,
sick that day.
absolutely.
Guacamole, a fruit salad.
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game,
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast, we talk about what is the best sports mascot. Should steroids be allowed in professional sports? And lastly, which fad should make a comeback? But first, Richard Madison, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Kirkwood cream ale, and it's delicious.
Nice.
Drew, what are you drinking?
I'm going back to my classic, the Mexican Mule, little tequila and ginger beer.
Nice.
Benjamin, what are you drinking?
I went a little Canadian. Went a little Crown and Ginger tonight, and drinking it in my NFL mug since we're talking a little sports tonight. So, Travis Jennings, what are you drinking?
Miller Lite. That's all I got to say. That's all I got.
Like actually?
yeah, yeah.
This beautiful white can.
This
in a can.
it's
High
very,
life.
it's very representative of how I'm feeling right now. So, it's almost like my mascot.
All right. No, it's not bad.
No, I hate you.
It was subpar, but not because it was bad, just because it was meh.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, what the Super Bowl, as we're recording this, I don't know if this will come out next, but as we're recording this, the Super Bowl is this weekend. And it got me thinking there's mascots on either team. One's the Eagles and one's the Chiefs. So which sports team, doesn't have to be professional football, but which sports team has the best mascot? And before we get into it, if any of you says the goddamn Philly Fanatic, I'm disowning you all. One person says it, I'm disowning you all. That's how this works. That's how much I hate that motherfucker. But then, other than that, go for it. I want to hear your thoughts.
There's only one answer to this question, and we need to be clear. We're not talking about who is like the best mascot personality, because I think it's safe to say we all enjoy Blooper. We may even enjoy Blooper's Twitter account. Like that is not the question that is being asked right now. The question that's being asked is, who is our favorite mascot? And to me, there's only one answer, and that is the Delta State Fighting Okra. The Fighting Okra. I have a T-shirt that has an okra with punching gloves. It makes me happy. So for me, give me the Delta State Fighting Okra.
So the question was the best mascot.
Yes.
And you think the Fighting Okra is the best mascot just because they
I do.
make you happy?
I do.
Okay.
And I want to hear.
I'm looking at pictures right now,
Okay.
I'm ready
and
for the
I
counters.
love it.
No. All right.
What?
So I have to go next because of that.
It looks like a fucking poblano pepper. It doesn't even look like an okra.
Okay.
Oh, great.
So Rick, as a fella Fighting Okra t-shirt wearer, because I have two of them.
Good for you.
So my brother-in-law used to
Can
coach
someone find me
basketball.
this T-shirt because I really want it now? I need a Fighting Okra.
I'm
Or a
surprised you
hat.
didn't.
I need a
I'm surprised you-
fighting okra hat. How
Can't
about
believe you
that?
haven't stole it from me, Drew.
So all right, that is absolutely hands down my number two. So for me, man, I went back and forth between a ton of mascots, and yeah, Travis, you talked about the Philly Fanatic. Everyone goes for Philly Fanatic. I appreciate that he's like a brand name or whatever.
Well, does
But-
everybody?
Majorities. So for me, I had to go a little homer pick, but I went a homer pick not just because of football. I went a homer pick because of kind of what the mascot symbolizes. So I went with the Seminoles for Florida State, Chief Osceola and Renegade. Obviously amazing in football. You know, the Chief Osceola's always got heritage and a bloodline to Native Americans. And you're riding a real horse on a football field and you're throwing a flaming spear into the ground, as opposed to some guy wearing a random costume and dancing around like a jackass. So amazing for football. But the other cool thing about the Seminoles is it's one of those mascots these days that people find offense, like the Redskins or something else like that. They find offense with it. And Florida State kind of got ahead of that. And years ago, what they started doing is they started paying the Seminole tribe for the rights to the name. And the Seminole tribe loves Florida State using that as their mascot because they get money for it, amongst other things. You know, I'm sure there's a lot other things that go into it, but it's a cool mascot. It's real. It's a guy and a horse. It's not a guy in a stupid costume. And it's legit. So that's my best mascot.
That's a pretty good mascot, and I have one, and I don't know if I can. You guys tell me if this is allowed, because I'll be okay if it's not. But my favorite mascot was a mascot that never actually happened, because I think it was like 5 years ago. Rick, Ben, you probably have heard this story. There was a campaign done by Ole Miss to come up with a new mascot. They are the Rebels, and a student submitted the idea of having Admiral Akbar, the leader of the Rebel Alliance, be their mascot. And I was so on board for Admiral Akbar to be their mascot. I would never be an Ole Miss fan, but I would at least give them a lot more credit for having such a bold mascot choice. So that would be my pick, but if you guys say nay because it didn't actually happen, I do have an alternate.
Can we just hear the alternate for funsies?
Yeah, I like it, but give me the alternate.
So this one is just something that stuck out to me because I thought it was hilarious, and this was maybe either pre-pandemic or just after pandemic. The Denver Nuggets mascot, Rocky, I believe he's a mountain lion, on Valentine's Day decided to give a woman in the audience a teddy bear, and she feigned, oh, this is great, but he didn't think it was good enough, so he went back and got a bigger teddy bear, and then he got a bigger teddy bear, and the teddy bear that he gave her at the very end was so massive it probably took up like 5-6 seats or so, and he was just so proud of it afterwards. And I'm like, I don't know why that stuck with me, but just his fan interaction and that whole bit was pretty great, and just seeing him mess with other players on the court is pretty great too. But yeah, I'd probably just go Rocky off the top of my head.
Nice. I like it. I think I'll allow Admiral Akbar if you guys are okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with it, but we'll kind of play with Admiral Akbar and Rocky. I'm good with that.
Okay, so I have so many. I could not decide because there are, for me, like the mascot is that one thing that like it's that person's there to get the crowd energized and like into the game and just be like an extra thing that when you're actually going to the stadium, whatever sport it is, that you are not just watching the game but also like part of the action. So a couple of my honorable mentions is going to be the Jumbo Shrimp from Jacksonville. It's a AA team that I thought was freaking hilarious. I know a guy who has like the Jumbo Shrimp logo hat on. The Stanford tree, which just kind of started as a joke, and it's literally like if you look up pictures of the Stanford tree, it is the ugliest fucking costume you could ever imagine. It looks like somebody just glued like paper mache leaves onto themselves. It's so terrible.
What do they do for like football and stuff? Does a guy just like dress up as a tree?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like, and it's not even like anthropomorphic. Like it just looks like somebody like their legs, and then there's a tree on top of it.
Yep.
Nice.
It's It's so bad. And I have two more or one more before I get to my actual pick. The Stuff the Magic Dragon from the Orlando Magic, which is like this rainbow dragon, but it's referencing a song that's all about smoking pot. But my favorite one of all time is in 2002 during the Sugar Bowl, Oregon released an updated version of Donald Duck, their mascot, as Robo Duck.
Nice.
And literally during the halftime show, they had this giant egg wheeled onto the field, and then RoboDuck burst out of it. And it looks like if their current mascot had been transformed into a like Power Ranger. Like it's literally just like a bodysuit and a helmet that like goes back in like the swoop. And he was like some kind of gymnast or whoever was like playing him was doing 15 flips at a time, and I absolutely loved it because it got the whole crowd jazzed up, and they were terrible for the next like 3-4 years. But and I think they retired him because he wasn't officially like their new mascot. He was just a version of their current mascot.
I did not know about this at all, and I'm looking it up for the first time. RoboDuck does not do. It's not a great name for this character because it's Power Ranger.
It's not
Duck
a robot.
It's not. It doesn't look. I was thinking shiny metallic. Power Ranger
Mhm.
Duck is probably, like you said, a much more fitting example because it's got like a morph suit with like super pronounced abs and chest and a super pronounced solid bill, and the little hair thing goes back like a Power Rangers villain almost. Duck Vader was another name for it apparently. That
Nice.
looks pretty badass, but I don't think I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but I don't know if a one-time mascot could really win this if it's going to be the best. So I'm going to go Fighting Okra. I mean, how do you not?
Yeah, so
How do you
Especially if
not?
you look it
I'm
up.
gonna chime
Like,
in on
if
here
you-
too. So we all kind of everyone kind of chimed in on like actual living things like dogs and ducks and deer, but only one person picked a non-living entity, which is the okra. So I'm going Fighting Okra too, man.
Plants are living.
Okra's been fried, it's dead.
Depends on when you pick them.
Fried okra is dead.
That's
So I am definitely going fried okra.
Yeah, I don't think it's in no contest. I didn't even know about it before today, but I want that t-shirt
I
so
love it.
bad.
I love it.
Has anyone tested the Fighting Okra for steroids? Should steroids be allowed in professional sports? I say yes. These assholes signed up for this. You make them sign a waiver. Let's get all the home runs. Let's throw 100 miles an hour every pitch. Let's break some world speed records going 40 yards. Like, I want to be entertained. And if those guys want to do this to their body in order to get a leg up on the competition, and everyone is doing it, and nowadays, I'm not saying they're safe, they're safer than they were 30 years ago, and let's just do it. Let's open it up. Let's make it available to everyone, and then it's fair and it's even, and plus we all know a lot of them are already doing it in some way, shape, and form. Let's just open it up. Not at the collegiate level, because you don't have the money in case something happens to you at that point. But once you're a professional athlete, just go for it. You're an adult. You know what you're doing to your body. Go for it.
Nice.
I would like. I would like to. I'd like to
I'm
add
gonna
on
jump
that.
in.
I think we all want to
Wait,
add
wait,
it.
Yeah.
Roger.
I want to
Roger.
jump in there. So I'm going to quote the great sage Daniel Tosh and say, I think we as fans deserve the greatest athletes that science can create. And I have a few caveats. So I'm with the steroids thing, I'm including pretty much all performance enhancing drugs like Adderall or marijuana, even anything that is a substance that you can imbibe that makes you better at your sport. And I do think that if we do this, there should be regulation on it, on how much you can take, and because there are downsides to it. But if you're aware of those downsides, you have to sign the waiver and all that kind of stuff. There should be two versions of the sport. an enhanced version and a regular version, and we'll see how it works out and see what people like better. Because I do think at the end of the day, there are going to be, the people coming up from college and going into pro that don't want to do that and are not willing to take that risk. But there are the people that want to, so you put them in different leagues, and you put them in one that they're taking all the drugs that science has to offer, and you have the one that's just absolutely pure. And that's my take on it.
Nice. All right. So I am agreeing that, yes, I think steroids should be allowed, but I do think that there should be a little bit of a caveat. So Travis, absolutely keep it out of college sports. I mean, keep that stuff true and true. Let it be professionals only. But if you're wanting to use steroids to be the best of the best, go for it, man. It's just going to cost you a little bit. So I want 10% of your income or 20% or whatever the percentage is. I want, whatever the cost is to use steroids, part of it goes back to the organization, and then part of it goes to charity. You want to use steroids, you want to be the best of the best, you want to be this amazing athlete. Great. Pay for it. Put the money towards the organization, put the money towards a charity, whatever it is. I don't care what the breakdown is, but if you want to use it, you should have to pay for it.
I'm confused.
And why?
So most well-paid...
It's a penalty. It's a penalty.
I actually kind of like that.
But so most well-paid athletes today have some sort of charitable organization that they donate to because of tax reasons.
Sure.
They're already doing that. So what's the penalty?
So the penalty is a percentage to use steroids based on whatever their contract is. So whatever they're giving to other charities, it doesn't matter. If they want to use steroids, they have to pay a percentage of their contract towards the organization and or the charity of their choice or the organization's choice. The main point of this is it costs money to be the best of the best.
But I'm saying they're already doing that.
Yeah, but not to use steroids. Like they're already doing that. Like this is like a one up. Like if you want to be better than you already are, you got to pay more.
I kind of like that.
It costs money to use drugs. Use drugs, pay more. That's all I'm saying.
Break it down to the actual, just like steroids in general, like used for so many different things. If you want to use them, you donate to an organization that furthers research on actual steroids, like anabolic, an example where like that can help, older people regenerate bone growth or like help when they're sick, get over it faster, that kind of thing. So I actually kind of like that idea.
And I'm not saying it's the individual's choice. I'm saying an organization is built to divvy up the money. But if you choose, hey, I'm going into the season, I'm using steroids, here's 5% of my contract, you choose where it goes, whatever the organization is to pick where the money goes. But they have to pay hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to be able to use steroids to be the best. They got to pay. I'm still not, I don't know why. Like, I don't, like, they're already paying with their life and their, probability of getting injured and or, they're already making the money. They're already made it to the highest level. One of you said that there's another league potentially that I think that was Drew said that there might be a league without it. So, and they're already donating money. So I don't see.
So, but not necessarily.
Let me put it this way.
Not every.
I think I can explain this a little bit.
Every single professional player in just the United States is donating a portion of their salary or contract for the greater good.
So let me change it to you this way.
Force them to do that in order to
their financial advisors
have
told them that they have to in order to, or they're going to have to pay the government. So why not put it into a charity that you set up that you get to keep the money?
So take the charity and kind of put it to a side for a second. What I'm trying to say is the best of the best players spend the most money on physical therapists. They spend the most money on trainers. They spend the most money on whatever it is to make them better. So if they're going to use a drug that is not allowed, they should have to pay for it because it makes them better. And what I think should happen is if it is an illegal drug or a drug that's not allowed by, whatever organization, then you should have to pay part of that towards a charity. But you still have to pay a certain amount of money to be the best, just like everybody already does for things that are already legal. Does that make sense?
No, because they don't have to pay for those, or people are provided by the team that they're on, the trainers and everyone else.
For the basic players, but the elite players, they're not.
Look how well that did with Russell Wilson. His entire team is about to get fired because they're garbage and dog shit. Like, no, that's not. There's like maybe one or two examples where that they have an off-season person that they work with, but that's not. They're not paying extra out the ass for that. I mean, a great example actually is
disagree completely.
No, hold on. What's his name? Motherfucker, the beautiful guy, the Brave that just signed with the Cubs. Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson. Do you know who his hitting coach in the offseason was?
The beautiful Brave.
My next door neighbor. He's not paying my neighbor who lives in East Cobb in a normal house money out the ass to work with him over the summer to, like, he's just, hey, coach, you worked with me when I was a kid and I was growing up. Throw me some balls. They get their high school coach. They get all these other people. They're not paying. You get the one-offs like Russell Wilson, who's a complete.
I don't think that's the norm.
You're talking about Russell Wilson.
I don't think your example, Travis, is the norm.
It is the norm.
No, you're the opposite.
No, I really don't think
no
that.
way you're right.
No.
Go ahead.
Can I hop in real quick?
Yeah. Rick.
My 2 cents. If you play professional sports, you must be forced to use steroids.
Thank you.
I want
I'm more
the greatest ass kicking athletes science can give us. Thank you. Continue.
To back up Rick's point, my thought is if everyone should have access to the exact same steroids, anything that anyone's using. I don't want someone trying to sneak off and taking something themselves that like some backstreet person gave them. Like, you have to disclose what you're taking. I don't care if you do it, right? Just you have to disclose what you're taking so someone else has the opportunity to also take that drug and or steroid. That's all I care about. Like, level the playing field completely, let it all be open, and take the risk yourself. They're already taking financial and physical risks by taking the steroids. That should be enough.
See, this is why I like the 2 leagues version of idea is
I don't hate that.
If I'm up against another team and they have disclosed that they're taking steroids, you shouldn't have to be pressured into it to compete on that level. So there should be 2 separate leagues at that point for whatever sport it is.
All right. I'll take the NFL and the XFL. I'll take that approach.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I like that. I mean, Rick, I like your point. I would love, so I keep thinking back to like The Longest Yard, like the Adam Sandler version where like Kevin Nash is like super hopped up on steroids. Like, I would love a league of Kevin Nashes. They're like 6'6", like 300 something pounds, like fully, like just want to rip your head off. Like, that would be fun. I'm okay with like a separate
Take
league.
a real world example. I want a league of Barry Bonds. I want a league of Mark McGuire's just hammering home runs. And imagine that like in a football. Like, you have people without, well, I'm not trying to like shame any quarterbacks, so nobody at me, but presumably no quarterbacks are taking any steroids. But can you imagine, like, I want someone to drop back from the goal line and lob that bitch to the opponent's 20. Like, I want the greatest sports I can witness because baseball 2020 was supposed to have robots with jetpacks, and that hasn't happened yet. So I'm forcing the issue with steroids.
and I want to broaden it to more than just team sports like the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Or Lance Armstrong.
Imagine that long jump.
Like I want
the English Channel. Yes.
Exactly, Rick. I want to see the greatest spectacle on earth because they have imbibed enough drugs to make them basically
absolutely
a human.
Yes.
Just
Superman. I want to see the javelin throw spike a car windshield outside the stadium.
Let's start breaking records.
Yes. No longer is the javelin trying to throw it on the field. If you spear the moon, that's how you score. That's what I want to watch.
That's
serious exit velocity. Changing rules of the games because these people are so good at it.
Yes. And let's get rid of the asterisks, right? If we're all in on steroids, we're shattering all the records. LeBron, congrats, your record will be short-lived because they're going to be scoring buckets from their own basket. They're just lobbing threes
and
just
from full
court shots.
Full court.
That'll be the new 4 points. We now have a 4-point shot. It's half court.
I don't mean for this to take a rabbit hole, but I think, and this may be a new topic, records should be shortened. You have 5 years to do it, not if you happen to play for 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hot take for me. We can save that for another day. I'm not saying LeBron's would be any different. It just happened to trigger it.
Hold on.
So what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying LeBron wouldn't have gotten it regardless.
You have to do it in
LeBron started playing
like the original person.
I don't know if that's what I'm saying,
okay.
But that's sort of the avenue I think I'm taking. Yeah. So LeBron started playing when he was 19, 18, or however old he was, and now he's 30 something, high 20s, whatever he is. Yeah. If you played for 20 years and you don't, actually, maybe that's the route I want to take. Let's say if he didn't break the scoring record he played for that long, you're not eligible for the Hall of Fame. If you played for that long and you're not breaking records, then, but I don't know, because
Rick, I would say, so take the time that the previous record holder had, and if you don't break it within that time,
right,
or games, maybe it's not years.
You don't get that.
Yeah, maybe it's games, because now, for example, in the NFL, there's 17 games, and before it was however many it was, 16, 15.
Not seasons, games.
Yeah. Right. I don't know.
I like that, and I like the Hall of Fame because I have thoughts in the Hall of Fame too. So we're all in agreement, regardless of how it happens. We're all saying yes to steroids.
We want steroids.
Shoot them up
in professional sports,
as long as they're okay with it. And I think it needs to be regulated. I think there needs to be science backed up behind it.
Give me the 1990s WWE wrestling, Ric Flair. I don't care.
That's Rick. That's basically all I was saying was you have to disclose what you're taking so that someone else has the opportunity to take it or not.
Agreed.
And the NFL knows, or whichever sport knows what you're taking. So if you happen to die from it, they'll know.
Right.
Oh,
that's on this. You. Right. It's not
causes death. That's if it causes death, we're gonna ban it.
Call me a bad person. No, if you want to take, and I don't know,
right,
I don't know, I don't know substances, I don't know steroids, so. If I, don't yell at me. But if you want to take creatine and, HGH and a 5-hour energy shot, I don't care. And if you happen to die, I'm sorry. That's tragic.
You took that risk.
But you can take whatever you want. And if you want to take a bump of Coke too, before, each kickoff, I'm here for it.
And I like that version of, I don't want to call it regulating, but at least hey, here's all of the substances that everyone has ever taken, and here's the potential side effects. So they know going in.
Yeah.
here, if you come up with something new, that's great. We'll add it to the list. And if you happen to die from it, that's on you.
Yeah,
Like-
right.
You have to
as
sign
long
like
as
a toxology waiver or something ahead of time. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Danny Hamlin or the Buffalo Bills guy that like had his heart stopped because he hit him wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like risk of a sport, tragic, but that is more, potentially on the league versus, I took 17-hour, 5-hour energies and I happened to have a heart attack because I was running around kind of thing. Like two different things.
Right. All right. Well, I think we are we're in agreement on all of that.
I would love to see curling on steroids.
Oh my God. I saw the funniest thing. I saw
half a
curling
mile
with otters. Have y'all seen that
No.
reel?
What'd you say?
Oh my God. Someone Photoshop a curling event with otters and the otters were curling and then they hopped on top of it and they were just spinning around.
I want to see that.
It made me giggle. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Curling with otters. Amazing.
Maybe we'll put it on our Twitter account. Who knows?
Nice. You'd have to expand like the curling arena to like half a mile
Dude, yes.
for like curling on steroids.
No. We're gonna use the Hadron Collider below
Yes.
below Europe, and you have to get it into a full circle in ice. It's gonna be awesome. Shit, I broke another string. Don't worry, call Ray over at Rocket Guitar Repair. Rocket Guitar Repair? Rocket Guitar Repair. With over 50 years playing, building, and repairing guitars, Rocket Guitar Repair can get your guitar repaired rocket quick. Call Rocket Guitar Repair at 678-400-3062 or visit rocketguitarrepair.com. You know what won't die because of steroids? Fads. No.
No, they die.
They do die.
Did you say
fad? But we can bring one back,
Tad.
guys. Guys, which fad should we bring
Can I go first?
back? Yes,
Yes,
Rick, go for
Rick.
it.
I'm gonna go first. And because it's a cop out by me, I'm so excited to hear what y'all are gonna bring up that I would like to appoint myself the judge. I have no
Nice.
fads to necessarily pitch on this one. I have a couple of thoughts that if somebody hits my fad, I may second. But I'm excited to and Drew has his book out.
The
I'm
stakes
ready.
just rose, so I've got to pull something up.
You
So
know I
if,
do.
if someone else has something, I
Yeah,
got
Drew, you look ready. Let's
So Drew has a lot. I only have a couple.
I have so many.
All right, so
All right,
let
Ben,
me
you
go
go.
first because I only have a couple. All right, so I had a lot and I narrowed it down to 3. So second runner up was the yo-yo collectible. Felt like a jock of the nerds,
Interesting.
rocking
The
the yo-yo.
jock of the nerd.
Yeah.
What an incredible statement. The
Not
jock
hacky
of the
sack?
nerds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hacky sack's a good one. Yeah, it's good.
Can you Eiffel
Um,
Tower?
Dude, I could do it all.
So hot.
You walk that dog? Oh Lord.
All right. First runner up, ring pops. Tasty treat, but basically a way to impress a girl, give her a ring pop, but not have any kind of commitment attached to it. But okay, I got it. My nail on the head. And this isn't an actual thing. This was a symbol. And it was talk to the hand. And I'm speaking to you fucking millennials. I appreciate that my age group is in that, but bring it back to where it doesn't offend people, because there's a lot of 20-somethings out there that need a hand thrown in their face and say, just shut up, talk to the hand, do not talk to me. Bring that fad back. That was definitely the 90s. And yeah, that is my fad to bring back.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm just crossing off a few so I can make this short. I won't spend a lot of time on it. This is in no particular order until I get to the last one. Tamagotchis.
Nice.
Ugh.
It was basically raising a pound of flour but in digital form. Lock-ins where you guys
Nice.
go,
Yes.
go to like
Cool.
Nice.
wherever, and you would spend all night at whatever the play place was that you guys were going to. The Tide Pod Challenge, because
Survival of the fittest. That's why.
survival of the fittest at its absolute best.
Oh my god.
Atomic bomb watch parties, which was a thing back in the 50s, where literally in like the Nevada desert, people would go and they would have cocktail parties where people would watch them explode atomic bombs and watch the mushroom clouds. And my absolute favorite one, mummies. I think that we should bring back mummification.
Okay, not
As
the
a form of-
reanimated corpses of mummified people
No,
mummies, but just
I
the
think we should
okay.
And
bring
not
back the
Not the
internment
cinematic
of,
adventure of Brendan Fraser.
which is
Yes.
amazing, like
Bring
one
back
of the
the
best
movies.
films of all time. But the internment and mummification of dead people in a ritualistic fashion, where we take out their organs and put people to rest with all of their belongings, and in some occasions, people that owed them their lives were also interred with them. And I just think that would make the world a better place.
God, I love you, Drew.
2 barbaric points for calling mummifying a fad. Plus 2 points for that.
I mean, it
I mean,
doesn't
no, you're not
exist
wrong.
all over the place.
just
It was
never
all the
in all
rage.
my life
Way to
would've
open up
thought
Pandora's box
to
of
describe
fads
it
there.
that way.
All right. All right. I need silence because I don't know if this is gonna work or not through the microphone. But Rick,
I need perfect silence so I get into character.
yep. What I'm about to play for you is just one of potential hundreds of things that you could do if we brought this thing back. If so, just are you ready? Are you ready? Just
Oh, I know. what it
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Yes. Adobe Flash games. That's all I want. I want all of them back. I want them to be popular again. I want everyone. I want new ones out. Give me all the Flash games. That's all I.
Fishy.
God. Yes. Yes.
Travis, I will say I
Balloons
stumbled
1
upon
through 12.
I stumbled upon this one, and I thought
Was it
was going to be-
stumbleupon.com? Because that would have been a good fad.
Nice.
that would have been a good fad. It was personalized ringtones
Nice.
Yes.
for individual people.
I would have done. I did do that. Yeah. I think Fishy was my
that
ringtone
is-
for you guys for a long time.
Yes.
Are you
Man, what a great
Bum,
one,
bum,
Travis.
ba-da-dum.
Yes.
Bum, bum, bum,
I have
bum,
that
bum,
audio
bum.
file. I sent it to at least Rick.
I know. I have it. I have
Okay.
it on my phone.
Remember the fad of wall ball?
No.
Oh,
That's sad.
yes.
Wall ball. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Yes.
We all
Oh, wall
play it.
Yes.
ball.
Yeah.
There's a-
Yes.
I thought you said
Fuck you.
wall. I was like, I don't know what wall is. Is that a gas station? Wall ball, the B. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would have been good.
Not a real
I-
sport.
I also had
How dare you? Not a real sport. So are all y'all done?
I think we
yours?
are.
Wait. I have a few runner-ups that I didn't mention. Fingerboards. The
Nice.
whole like
Tech deck.
tech decks. Yeah, tech deck.
Tech decks is better than fingerboards. Fingerboards alludes to. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Waterbeds, because they seem like such a great idea, but they're just terrible. Beanie Babies,
Nice.
and Chuck Norris.
Nice.
Chuck Norris or
because-
Chuck Norris jokes.
Chuck Norris as a person, because
Okay.
where has he gone?
I had the only other runner-up that I didn't mention was the Macarena, only because every dance that came after that wished it was the Macarena, like the electric slide and the Cupid shuffle and everything. It was all branched off the Macarena.
Electric slide came way before the Macarena. Just FYI.
Disagree.
Disagree
So,
as in like or because electric slide I think is like from the 80s.
I'm just guessing, but I think
I'm gonna throw some some of mine out there that I liked.
Do it.
That I didn't hear. Pogs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would love to
nice.
bring Pogs back.
The sweet slammer action.
Yes. I had a bitchin' slammer that, yeah. But so on that, I'll expand it a little bit. And I know Pokemon cards are still are kind of making a comeback kind of here, but just general trading cards, collector, winner take all kind of games like that. I like that. If so, I'll be okay if we're saying that we can't take that back.
Before you go on, my mom will be very upset if I don't mention her favorite slammer of all time. She had an OJ Simpson.
Nice.
He was in the slammer.
Nice.
Slammer.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it was like I think it was Orange Juice was the name of the slammer.
Nice.
Was there a white Bronco on the back of it?
No, I think there were some cell bars on it. It said OJ. FF fun fact: Electric Boogaloo, the song for the Electric Slide, came out originally in '83, and the Macarena didn't come out until '96.
Okay, when did the Electric Slide come out?
'83. That's the song. The dance. The actual dance was in the '70s, and it was put to the music that came out in '83.
Hey,
So,
that's a fun
combined
fact. Yeah, fun
83,
fact.
yeah.
Awesome.
Rick, did you choose one?
No, I'll be honest. I'm probably gonna need a recap.
I believe mine was Adobe Flash Games. Ben, yours was Talk to the Hand, and Drew's was Mummies.
Yeah, if those were our final submissions,
Those were our final submissions.
I mean, if anybody wants to like readjust theirs, if Travis, misrepresented.
You know what? I want to readjust my Talk to the Hand to the yo-yo. I want to be the jock of the nerds. I want to bring back the yo-yo, man. I remember bringing my yo-yo to school. Like, it was the fad in elementary schools.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna bring that one up. Never mind. I'll save that for post recording. So if we're talking about the fad, I really want to come back. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, there was a lot of good mentions there. I mean, I personally really enjoy the Flash games, but I mean, there was a lot of good fads brought up, and honestly, I think this was just a good trip down memory lane.
You just copping out? So I
picked one. I picked your Flash game.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, because Fishy,
Sweet.
and there
Awesome.
was a pirate game that I played for hours in college. I
Hours.
don't remember what I was supposed to learn in college, but I remember I rocked the high seas with this pirate game.
Is that the one where you
So-
went back and forth and you had to go up
Yes,
the map and you shot the cannonballs all
It was
day?
essentially Galaga, but
All day
pirates.
long.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was supposed to learn in economics, but I learned that if you have
Rick,
more cannons.
If we're putting that one on the table, TI-83 games.
Yes,
Mm,
and I will let that take it over the
Calculator
Flash
game.
I-83.
Yes,
I
I'd be
have
okay
a
with that.
specific memory.
Phoenix.
This is a core
Phoenix
memory
was
for me.
so good.
I was playing Tetris on my TI-83 in math class.
yes,
And my teacher came over, and she was such a bad bitch, probably in like her 60s. She
Good
came
use of
over
bad
and
bitch.
Bad bitch.
pressed 3 buttons and deleted the memory
Wow.
on
Yep.
my
Slut.
calculator.
She knew.
Just like deleted all of my games, everything that had been saved on my calculator, and I was just so downtrodden.
And there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
I had to like
deleted my
when
games.
I was playing Tetris in math class.
Guys, are we ready for last call? Because we're getting kicked out here soon. We got to do this fast. This is a normal would you rather type last call. However, I did just Google dirty would you rather questions. So this might get a little racy. Andrew, Rick, and then Ben. Everyone ready? Good? Yeah? I see 2 from Rick and then no reaction from... Yeah, we're ready. Drew, would you rather have uncontrollable gas for an entire month or wet yourself at work?
Wet myself.
Rick,
Give me the gas.
Ben,
Yeah, I'll take a pee.
would you rather make out with your celebrity crush or get paid $5,000? Drew.
5,000.
Rick.
Give me the celebrity crush.
Yeah, fuck you, Drew. It's definitely Celebrity Crush.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
take the money any day.
5,000 is not enough.
Would you rather wear the same pair of underwear for a week or wear your mother's clean underwear for a day? Drew.
Clean underwear. I don't do dirty underwear.
Rick.
Give me the same pair of underwear for a week because it wouldn't be the first time.
Fair. Ben.
Yeah, we're gonna go with clean underwear for a day.
Would you rather lose your sexual organs or gain 80 pounds in weight that you can't lose?
Oh, Lord.
What?
Drew. So either gain 80 pounds forever or get your dick chopped off.
I gotta go with 80 pounds.
Rick,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 80 pounds on that one.
Ben,
Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 80 pounds.
fair enough.
Somebody will love me.
That's not true.
Also, a fair point.
Would you rather eat a chocolate bar that tastes like mold or a lump of mold that tastes like chocolate, but you don't know ahead of time?
Ew.
Don't know ahead of time.
Yeah, so
I
you're like
gotta go
surprised by the taste. You don't know ahead that like, oh, this mold's gonna taste great. Like you have to
I gotta
like
go with chocolate.
How many
Yeah,
more?
If I don't know ahead of time, I'm obviously gonna pick chocolate, but like I would want to go the mold that tastes like chocolate route.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna want to go the chocolate that tastes like mold, so that I don't die.
Well, hold on now, that's a bit extreme. Eating mold
Could be
doesn't
good.
kill you.
Yeah, it could be
Depends
good
on the mold.
Cheese is mold.
Yeah, your face is mold.
Could be yogurt.
be yogurt. Would you rather have forks for fingers or balls under your chin? Drew.
Forks or fingers.
Yeah, same.
That
Forks
just
for
seems
fingers.
like you
Ben?
utility.
Same.
All right. Would you rather have pubic hair that grows back 5 times faster or a micro penis?
Pubic hair. I don't mind shaving the shit.
Rick.
Yeah, give me the pubic hair.
Yeah, I'll shave every day pubic hair.
I mean, I already have a micro penis, so that's like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
Who doesn't?
Would you rather kiss someone in the dark, like pitch black, or make out in public? Drew.
In the dark.
Rick.
I'm gonna assume a lot of things in this one, but give me make out in public.
Okay. Okay. Ben.
Yeah, that's hard. Assuming it's the hottest of the hot, I'm still.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still
An
gonna go.
attractive person.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go in the dark because I want that to be my moment.
Would you rather have a C cup for man boobs or a micro penis? Drew.
Give him the C cup and it.
Rick.
Give me the micro penis.
Ben.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Rick. It's not the size; it's how you use it. So.
Well, if I have a C cup, they're never gonna know what my penis size is. So it's a trap at that point.
Exactly.
Would you rather get a UTI every time you have sex or never be able to finish while having sex? Yeah.
Give a UTI?
No, get.
Oh.
Receive.
I know my answer.
Yeah,
Drew.
I'm gonna go get a UTI.
Yeah, same. Get me down for get.
Yeah, it's probably the. Oh gosh. Wait, every time you have sex with another person or with yourself?
Another person.
I have questions.
All right, I'm gonna go. I had to ask. It's so.
I have
This one
questions.
could be a
First
topic.
of all,
It's still
first of
the
all,
UTI.
masturbation is not sex with yourself.
Right. I have questions.
It's the UTI.
Would you rather confess crimes in front of your children or commit the crime in front of your children? Drew.
Oh, confess. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can confess. I would imagine.
What's the crime?
I'm gonna
I'm
assume
assuming-
murder.
All right, we'll go with murder. Yeah.
Depends on the murder.
Damn.
And-
Confess.
And how old they are, because if they're like 1, then fuck.
No, depends on the murder. Even if they're older.
Would you rather have to sing the #1 charting song every time you have sex, or have sex with the #1 charting artist?
Forever.
Oh.
Say that again.
Ooh.
It says, would you rather have to sing the #1 charting song every time you have sex? So just, sing usually a Taylor Swift
Yeah.
song,
Yeah.
or have sex with the #1 charting artist. It says once, and I assume that
So
means whoever.
But it could,
Charting at the time.
but it could be
Charting.
Taylor Swift or it could be like The Weeknd. Like
Right.
it could
Yeah. Give me the singing.
Drew.
be- yeah.
Yeah, probably singing.
It's gonna have to be singing.
Okay.
I don't love men.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's your preference, and that's fine. Guys, that's it for last call. I could try to go through these. I didn't
don't
take
think we need
great.
to- I don't
notes.
think we need to recap.
Um,
I think we just let that ride.
yeah, that's fine. We're getting pushed. I think that one probably got us kicked out of this bar for a while. So,
Yeah. They fucking hate us.
guys, we did it. That's the end of the podcast. Follow us on the Twitter. Follow us
The Twitter.
on the YouTube or the Instagram. If you don't know our handles, just look it up. We're actually on at least 7 different podcast sites now. I added us to Stitcher and like Podbean and a bunch of other places. So if you don't like using Spotify, or if you don't like using Apple Music, we have other places where you can find us. So find us there. Tell your friends about us, because we're funny sometimes. Or don't tell your friends about us, because we don't care, because this is our podcast and you're just along for the ride. Okay, bye.
Bye.